Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome back to the British Accent Podcast. Today we've prepared something really useful for all of you who are just starting your English learning journey. We're going to talk about daily English sentences for beginners, the kind of sentences you can actually use in everyday life, whether you're at home, at school, at work, or even when you're out shopping.
Yes, and the key thing is, these are not complicated sentences. They're short, simple, and practical. But the magic is, when you use them every day, you start building confidence. You'll notice that English becomes less like a subject you're studying, and more like a natural tool you're using to express yourself.
Exactly. A lot of learners spend too much time memorizing big vocabulary lists. But the truth is, if you know how to say basic sentences like, I'm hungry, I don't understand, or, can you help me? You can already communicate. And that's what makes you feel progress faster.
So in this episode, we'll go through lots of daily English sentences, explain how to use them, and give you little tips on how to practice so you remember them easily.
Let's start with something super common. Sentences you can use at home every single day. For example, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, it's time to eat, or, let's go to bed. These sentences might sound very simple, but if you say them in English every day, your brain starts to switch naturally.
Another really helpful set of sentences are the ones you use when talking to other people politely. For example, excuse me, how are you? Can you repeat that, please? Or, thank you so much. These might sound like tiny things, but they're powerful. They make your English sound natural, and they're the sentences you use almost every day when interacting with others.
Yes, and politeness is really important in English culture. Even small sentences like, excuse me, before asking a question, or, sorry, when you bump into someone, can make you feel much more comfortable when speaking. And the more you practice them, the more automatic they become.
Another group of sentences that beginners should practice are the ones for daily activities, like when you're outside. For example, where is the bathroom? How much is this? I don't know, or, I need help. These are survival sentences. You don't need to know perfect grammar, but if you can say these clearly, people will understand you.
That's so true. And here's a tip. Don't just learn one sentence. Learn little variations. For example, not only, where is the bathroom? But also, where is the station? Or, where is the bus stop? That way, you can swap one word and suddenly you know many useful sentences.
Yes, and that's how you grow your English step by step. Start small with very common daily sentences, and slowly add more words to expand them. Over time, you'll find yourself speaking more fluently without even noticing.
And one more thing I always encourage beginners to do is to practice these sentences out loud, not just in your head. For example, when you wake up in the morning, say to yourself, good morning. When you look in the mirror, practice, how are you today? Even if it feels silly, it's building your confidence and helping your mouth get used to forming the words.
Exactly, and if you can, record yourself saying these sentences. Later, listen to the recording and compare it with how native speakers say it on YouTube, podcasts, or even movies. You'll notice small differences in pronunciation, rhythm, or tone. And little by little, you'll start to sound more natural.
Another great way is shadowing. When you hear a sentence like, can I have a coffee, please? Just repeat it immediately after the speaker, matching their speed and intonation. Shadowing is such a powerful exercise because it trains your brain to think and speak in English at the same time.
Yes, shadowing makes the sentences stick. And the best part is you don't have to spend hours doing it. Just 5 or 10 minutes a day is enough to make big progress if you do it consistently.
And of course, don't worry if you forget a sentence or make mistakes while practicing. That's normal. The key is to repeat, review, and keep going. Every time you practice a daily sentence, you're one step closer to speaking naturally.
Let's actually practice a short dialogue together to show how these daily sentences can connect. For example, imagine you walk into a cafe. You can start with, good morning. The staff might say, good morning, how are you? You answer, I'm fine, thank you. Can I have a coffee, please? Then they might respond, of course. Anything else? And you can say, no, thank you. That's all. See, you've just had a real-life interaction using only beginner-level sentences.
That's a really good example. And for beginners, these little dialogues are so helpful. You don't need complicated grammar. You just need sentences that make you feel comfortable and confident. And once you feel ready, you can add a little more, like, can I have a coffee with milk, please? Or, can I have a coffee to take away, please? Step by step, your English grows.
Right. And another tip. When you're practicing these daily sentences, try saying them in different situations. For example, instead of just practicing, how are you? You can practice it at home, at work, or when talking to a friend online. The more variety you use, the more natural it becomes.
Yes, and the more natural it becomes, the less you'll have to think before speaking. That's when you start to feel fluent, when sentences just come out of your mouth without needing to translate in your head. That's why daily practice is so important, even if it's just a few minutes.
You know what also helps? Adding expressions of politeness to these daily sentences. For instance, instead of just saying, can I have a coffee, please? You could say, could I have a coffee, please? Or, I'd like a coffee, please. They all mean the same thing, but they give you variety and make you sound more polite and natural.
That's such a good point. And even for very beginners, learning just one polite phrase like, please, or, thank you, can completely change how your English feels. For example, water sounds very basic, but if you say, water, please, suddenly it's polite and clear.
Yes, it's all about building those small habits into your daily sentences. And another trick is to practice with different tones. Like, say, good morning, with a happy tone, then try it again with a calmer tone. That way, you don't just learn the words, you learn the feeling behind them.
Oh, I love that. Because language is more than vocabulary and grammar, it's also emotion, politeness, and context. Practicing the same sentence in different tones or situations really prepares you for real conversations.
Exactly, and once you get used to that, even if someone replies with something a bit longer, you won't panic. You'll recognize some words, and you'll already know how to respond with your simple sentences. Step by step, you'll feel braver.
Let's give another example for beginners who want something useful in daily life. Imagine you're shopping. You can say, how much is this? That's such a powerful sentence because you can use it anywhere. In a market, a store, even online shopping if you're practicing English with a seller. And if you want to be extra polite, you can say, excuse me, how much is this, please?
That's a must-know, and once you've learned it, you can connect it with numbers. Like if the shopkeeper says, it's $5, you can practice repeating, $5, okay. Thank you. You're not only learning the question but also how to react.
Exactly. And when you want to go beyond, you can try sentences like, can you help me, please? Or, do you have this in another size? These are simple but very practical. And the best thing is, once you know them, you can reuse them again and again.
Yes, daily sentences are not about memorizing hundreds of phrases at once. It's about choosing a few powerful ones that cover many situations. Like, excuse me, can you help me? I don't understand, please say it again. These are lifesavers for beginners.
And don't forget about greetings and goodbyes. A simple, have a nice day, or, see you later, makes your English feel warm and friendly. Even if your grammar isn't perfect yet, people will appreciate your effort.
And think about how often you can practice these. You don't need a classroom to say, see you later, or, have a nice day. You can say it when you leave home, even if it's just to yourself. Or you can text your friend in English instead of your first language. Those tiny changes add up.
Yes, and I'd also recommend using sticky notes. Write one daily sentence on a piece of paper, like, how are you? Or, can you help me, please? Stick it on your fridge, your desk, or even your mirror. Every time you see it, say it out loud. It's such a simple but effective way to make English part of your daily routine.
That's such a clever method. And it also helps you remember naturally, without pressure. For example, if you put, thank you very much, on your fridge, you'll say it many times a day. And soon it won't feel like studying, it'll just feel like living.
Right. And living with English daily, even in these small ways, is how fluency begins. People sometimes think they need long grammar lessons, but really, fluency is built from repeating useful, real sentences until they're automatic.
Totally agree. It's like building muscle memory. Just like athletes train the same moves again and again, English learners train their tongue and brain with the same useful sentences. Then, when real life happens, you're ready.
Let's also practice a set of daily sentences for when you don't understand something. These are super important because every beginner feels confused sometimes. You can say, "I don't understand," or, "Can you say that again, please?" And if you want to sound a bit softer, you can try, "Sorry, could you repeat that?"
Oh, yes, those are lifesavers. And even if you can't understand everything, those sentences keep the conversation going. Imagine you're talking to someone, and they speak too fast. If you just stay silent, it feels awkward. But if you say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that," they will slow down or say it again.
And the beautiful thing is, when you use these polite daily sentences, people are usually happy to help. They don't get upset. Instead, they see that you're trying and they adjust for you. That's why learning just a few can make your whole English experience less stressful.
Exactly. And let's add one more. What does this mean? That's perfect when you see a word or sign you don't understand. It's simple, clear, and it helps you learn new vocabulary in real time.
Yes, and once you know those, you feel more confident to enter situations that used to feel scary. Like traveling, ordering food, asking for directions. All of them become easier because you already have these basic sentences in your pocket.
So if you're listening today, remember this. Fluency isn't about knowing 1,000 big words. It's about mastering small, powerful sentences you can use every single day. Sentences like, "Excuse me, can you help me, please?" or "I don't understand." These are the real tools that make communication possible.
And the more you repeat them, the more natural they'll feel. Don't worry about mistakes, don't worry about being perfect. Focus on practicing daily sentences until they become automatic. That's how confidence grows, and that's how you start building your English step by step.
Exactly. So, make these daily sentences part of your life. Say them out loud, write them down, practice with friends, or even talk to yourself. Every time you use them, you're getting stronger in English.
Thanks so much for joining us today. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, even one simple sentence spoken with confidence is a big step forward in your journey.
We'll see you in the next episode. Take care, and keep speaking English every day.